In 2027, humanity faces extinction due to total infertility.
Keep breathing.
I am breathing.
Breathe out.
Leading to global wars, societal collapse, and widespread despair. The United Kingdom has become a totalitarian police state where refugees are arrested, imprisoned, deported, or executed in concentration camps. Theo Farron, a former activist turned cynical bureaucrat, is unexpectedly kidnapped by the Fishes, a militant refugee rights group led by his estranged wife, Julian Taylor.
What do the police know about justice?
The two had separated after losing their son in a 2008 flu pandemic. Julian asks Theo to acquire transit papers for a young refugee woman named Key, offering him money in exchange. Theo manages to obtain joint papers from his cousin, a government minister, and insists on escorting Key himself for a higher payment, which Julian agrees to. As they travel with Julian, Key, and the former midwife, Miriam, the group is ambushed by an armed gang. Julian is killed in the attack, but the survivors escape the gang and evade the police, secretly hiding Julian's body. At a safe house, Key reveals a shocking secret. She is pregnant, making her the only known pregnant woman in the world. Julian had intended to take her to the Human Project, a secret scientific group in the Azores working to cure infertility. Leadership of the Fishes passes to Luke, who secretly orchestrated Julian's death and plans to kill Theo and use Key's baby as a political tool. Realizing the danger, Theo, Key, and Miriam flee to the hideaway of Jasper Palmer, a friend of Theo and former political cartoonist. Jasper lives with his catatonic wife, Janice, who was tortured by the government. The group devises a plan to reach the Human Project ship, the Tomorrow, scheduled to arrive offshore at Bexhill, a heavily guarded refugee detention center. Jasper arranges for Sid, an immigration officer, to smuggle them into Bexhill as refugees, from where they can reach the ship by rowboat. The next day, the Fishes discover Jasper's house. Jasper delays them, euthanizes Janice and their dog, and is ultimately killed by Luke. Theo, Key, and Miriam continue their journey, and, with Sid's help, board a bus to Bexhill. Along the way, Key goes into labor. A guard boards the bus to select people for execution. Miriam distracts him and is taken away, while Theo protects Key by tricking the guard, allowing her to remain unharmed. Once in Bexhill, a Romani woman named Mariska provides shelter, and Key gives birth to a baby girl. The next day, Sid reveals that a war has broken out between British forces and refugees, and that the Fishes have infiltrated the camp. He also exposes a bounty on Theo and Key, attempting to capture them. Theo and Mariska subdue Sid, briefly taking shelter with her friends. As they attempt to reach the rowboat, the Fishes ambush them and capture Key and her baby. During the ensuing chaos, British troops attack, and Theo tracks the Fishes to an apartment under heavy fire. He confronts Luke, who dies in an explosion, and rescues Key and the baby. Witnessing the newborn, the British soldiers and the Fishes temporarily halt the fighting, allowing the trio to escape. Mariska leads them to the rowboat, but remains behind as they depart. Under airstrike bombardment, Theo and Key row toward the rendezvous point. Theo, wounded from his earlier confrontation with Luke, teaches Key how to care for her baby. Key decides to name her daughter Dylan, after Theo and Julian's lost son. As the Tomorrow approaches, Theo loses consciousness. The screen cuts to black as the sound of children laughing signifies hope for the future of humanity.